It's the Brian and Kendra Show with Brian Cook and Kendra Cox of Keller Williams Realty Elite.
I am Kendra Cox.
I'm Brian Cook.
Between the two of us, we have over 30 years of experience.
Sharing real estate tips and advice. Right here on Classic Hits 1073.
Hey, it's the Brian and Kendra Show.
I thought you weren't going to make it.
Yeah, I know. That's every week. I got to keep everybody on their toes.
I know. You really do that to me every week. And every week I panic, and then every week you really do
today
actually
I left the wrong way, and I thought, I'll just buzz out here on the highway. And then I got stuck at the 13th Street stoplight, and then at 13th Street, they're doing something. So I had a detour, and then I take all the side streets.
Well, I went the right way, but I observed a bicyclist almost get run over because they were literally going right
in front of you?
Right to this. Yeah. I was trying so hard not to go there. It wasn't me this time. No, like they were going, so the Suburban coming toward me in their appropriate lane. And this bicyclist is like right in front of him, like reading his phone or something. I mean, texting and driving, texting and biking, y'all. Don't do it. No.
Yeah, it doesn't.
All right, so we have a new voice. We
do.
Adam White
Yes.
with home warranty. Adam, I forgot to tell you, you have to get like right up on that mic.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
It
you're
has
going to
to
be like personal.
Okay.
It tickles my whiskers.
Personal. Yeah, mine too. Just
I
kidding.
can do that.
Is that why I'm not married?
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be that show.
Fun, wasn't
That
it?
show.
Okay, that's not true, you guys. That was just a joke. Okay. Anyway, so moving on. Adam, we're glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
Are
I
you ready
appreciate
for
it.
this? Because it's been a crazy week, and crazy's about to come out.
Yes.
I was excited. Now I'm a little nervous. So.
These guys are usually not this.
I watched before. I'm not sure what's going on now. So.
I'm crying. I really made myself laugh on that. Okay, bicyclist seriously about got run over, and then this pickup turns the corner and just stays in my lane for a minute, and I'm like, dude, stressing me out. His black would not have been right on my yellow. No, not cool. Anyway, I beat you here because of that.
Yes.
Usually I don't beat you.
So yeah, it was it's like 5,000 cars. Like, I don't know where all these people are coming from, but there was so much traffic in Woodward.
Your mom. Okay.
So
yes. Okay. I've been dying to tell this story. A couple weeks ago, I forgot to tell this last week. I got really tickled. Branson, you're going to so appreciate this. All right. So Brian and I are at a listing appointment. Okay. And it's a man and his mother. I think she was helping clean up. Like, I don't know how to say that. Like, she wasn't mothering him. She was helping him. Okay. So anyway, so we're talking.
I think it's called bossing.
Well, whatever. I'm not going there. If you'd have talked to her, you wouldn't have said that either. Okay. So anyway, so this man is also a real estate agent in a different area. So he'd come back, was trying to get the property ready, and was talking to Brian about commission and stuff. And Brian says, well, I'm going to charge you. He goes, yeah, I'm going to cut you a deal. Except then, of course, he says a much higher value than what we would normally charge commission. Well, the guy knows this, and he kind of just looks at him. He doesn't even respond. He literally doesn't respond, doesn't miss a beat, just keeps talking about the property. Mom's over there, like you can see her getting her back all straight.
Man,
She's
she
about
was-
to whip Brian. It was awesome.
Yes.
About 10 minutes later, I look over, I realize Brian's still laughing at his joke. I'm like, hey, you're not funny.
Nobody answered. I thought,
Jokes to me, man.
Yeah.
It's cracked me up all week.
Yeah.
Finally, Mom's like, we need to talk about commission again.
Circle back around.
Yeah, circle back around. Yeah, I kept her
Anyway.
in front of me. She did not get behind me at any point in time.
Yeah.
I
There was
just
a
want
lot
to
of
say
places
you
to
met
bury
your match
somebody.
with the negotiators, didn't you?
Yes.
All right. So, man, it's been a crazy week. Actually, it's been a crazy year, but this week particularly has had me a little flustered. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we were just talking with Adam. You are all over the state with sharing your home warranty program.
Correct. All over Oklahoma, Arkansas, and part of Texas.
Well, I started to say that, but then I was like, no, I'm making that up because you never can tell with the way my mind works. Is it real? Was it a dream? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were talking about how in different parts of everywhere else, it sounds like, but particularly we know Oklahoma City is really crazy. Tulsa is. I think you said Bentonville.
Yes.
Is that what
Almost
you said?
everywhere I go, it's crazy.
Except for us, and we're kind of normal. Like we're holding our own. We're doing okay. But you brought up multiple offers, and you had shared that you talked to a real estate agent. Go ahead and tell us 20 offers.
Yes, they had like 20 offers on that property. I think it was like 200,000, and the offer they finally accepted for the seller was whatever the highest offer was, they would beat it by $1,000, and they didn't care about the appraisal or the inspection. They could still get it done, but the seller had no responsibility, to address neither one of those.
It's just crazy. So I'm bringing that up because we don't have very many multiple offers. We've had 2 different scenarios with multiple offer situations in the past week, and y'all, it flipping wears me out.
There's a lot of work. I could imagine having 20.
No.
It's
man.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
And usually, like, our sellers are. I'm keep clicking my pen. I'm going to get in trouble in a minute, aren't I? So usually, like, sellers, I'm able to text everyone at the same time and keep everybody up to date. And we're in this one that we have right now is a different situation where some of them don't text. One of them emails, and man, it's hard to keep everybody on the same page. Wow. I can't imagine if I had 20 offers for these. It's insane. So real quick, our procedure with multiple offers, I think this is important because I want buyers to know because it gets tricky.
Yeah.
Yes, and sellers. Well, and I think people don't understand how it works. And I know that there's always some question, are you doing it right? So we don't always know. I mean, I might have an offer on our property and then maybe Julia from our office and somebody from a different office might all present offers on the property. We don't always know that that's going to happen, so we can't always be as proactive at the beginning. But typically what happens when we have these different offers come in, the seller will submit back to the buyers a multiple offer form, and it says to the buyers, you have a deadline to resubmit your offer, tell us you're staying the same, or rescind your offer probably.
Rescind, up, lower,
all of a sudden I
change,
just
whatever.
Had a moment. Anyway, so if we have the buyer, then we will not allow those agents to send them back to us. Usually I get all of the documentation, and then I get it all organized and I send it off. If we have the buyer, we tell the other agents, don't send us the offer. So today, my conversation, we have a newer person in our office that's going to have to accept all of our all of our offers. We're losing our office manager. Tomorrow's her last day. So instead of making her handle all the stress, I had to talk to Sam and say, Sam, you're going to have fun tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're going to get these offers. And so what she does, then she prints the offers and she puts them in an envelope. And then tomorrow at 1:00, I'm going to say, hey, we're ready. And literally we'll call the sellers and we will present our offer first. And then I finally get to open the other offers. That way, there's no way that we can encourage our buyer to change their offer to be better than somebody else's. So that's how it works. And it is stressful because, everybody's worried. Like, are you doing it right? Are you doing it right? Man, we are doing our dangest to do it right.
And I've been beat on a
wears
multiple
me out.
offer situation by $200 or $250
Right.
or
100 one time.
yeah, so
$100.
So those are a little fishy. And
But it happens. And I'm on that one with mine. I had the seller, like my office, I was in charge of both of those stupid offers and I could see it happening, $100 difference. And when my buyer closed later on a different property, they said, if I'd have bet $1,000 more, I probably could have had that other property. I'm like, if you'd have bet $200 more, you could have had that property. Yeah. It's crazy. It's that's a tough game. But we just want everybody to know how we handle it. It is stressful. I really don't like multiple offers. It's better for the seller. Sure. I mean, how fun for a seller to get to pick. Absolutely. But I think that's the other thing. The sellers won't always pick. Sometimes they'll see the multiple offer and they'll say, I don't want any of those. And so it's tricky. But I remember last year we had a multiple offer and it got kind of crazy and our buyer didn't win. Our buyer often doesn't win, it feels like. Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's for free. Just a little dose of the reality. I feel like I need a nap now because that's how it's going.
But let's take a break.
Wait.
Do I have to do
Don't you want to do your
We've
numbers?
already burned 10 minutes.
Oh, I'm getting reprimanded. All right. It's up to you. You're the boss.
Okay, I'll do my statistics.
Okay, do
Since
them
you guys
fast.
can't hardly handle it.
How quick can you talk?
Well, last week, we are still the same. Same.
Is it really?
62 listings still. We have 3 new in Woodward, 19 pending, same as last week. Maybe I just copied last week's. No, I'm just kidding. Really not much has changed. It's very consistent from the week before. More listings closed. We only had 3 listings closed in Woodward, which is lower than the last 10 weeks. When do you guys go down? 10 weeks, 3. So we're down on listing numbers in Woodward of closings, number of closings that happened last week. So if that happens, we have some ups and downs. Next week will be like 50. It would blow us all away. And so yeah, It's pretty same. The real number there is 2.86 weeks or months of inventory. So that market statistic tells us that we're still pretty healthy. We're not in the multiple offer stage where it's ridiculous, like less than a month of inventory, and then we're also not stuff setting where you have you're having to price drop every week to keep into the market. So
Absolutely.
So we still have some stuff sitting a while, but we have buyers called today from Amarillo, Texas, headed this way. So
All right.
we got people all over. Somebody from Arkansas called today. So
Yeah.
we got people moving to Woodward. So
Let's do something. All right.
All right. We are back. And we're going to be talking about some home warranty today.
It's not what it sounded like
I
there
know.
for a minute, Adam.
Derailed.
All right. So we have Adam White. You are with Home Warranty. You're district sales manager.
Correct.
So real quick, tell us about you.
So, like I said, Adam White, Home Warranty Inc. Been with the company, 3.5 years now. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I have 2 kids.
He's from that part of the state.
Yes.
Where there's trees.
Yes.
That's not what I meant.
No.
Just kidding. Go ahead.
Originally
Two
from
kids.
Kansas City, so I'm going to throw that out there. But
Let's go back to Tulsa.
But I've enjoyed working for this company for 3.5 years. So my background was 13 years in mortgages prior to this. So I think that gives me an advantage. I know that real estate's not done Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. There might be some weekend time there. So real estate. So I feel that gives
Definitely.
me a real advantage for you guys.
It does. Absolutely. It does. How old are your kids?
My son is a sophomore in college, and my daughter is a senior in high school this year.
See, I feel like he's getting close to that time when he might be wanting to buy a house.
Oh, my son?
Yeah.
No, he has to graduate first and find a job.
That's what I keep telling my daughter too. She actually finished her bachelor's, but now she's working on her master's, and
Yes.
I'm like, not yet, sissy, not yet, not yet.
Yes,
a little
he's-
bit longer.
He's
All
a few
right.
years away from that.
So-
So,
With that in mind, though, thinking about our kids buying houses, I feel like that makes the idea of a home warranty that much more poignant. I mean, I think about my
Absolutely.
daughter moving into a home and recognizing. I mean, she thinks she's a plumber, so she can do anything. That's what we say about everything.
Yes.
I fixed something on my grill the other day, and I sent her the picture, and she goes, "Mom, you're a plumber too." It's just what we say.
yes.
But I mean, we think about all the different things that can go wrong, and home warranties really in our area are not very well known. We have not had success with very many home warranties. Yours is different, and so we want to talk about what you offer.
Yes. So the first thing I tell people, hopefully it jumps out at them, is 14 months. So we are the longest in the industry. So, and 4 years ago, we came out with this 14 months, and we asked for some data. What's happened in these 4 years with the 14 months, and we discovered that 30% of our claims are paid in that 13th and 14th month. So our CEO is not, he's like, what? Who came up with this idea? This has been
this
awful.
is
Of course, it
dumb.
was his idea.
Right.
So we're like, yeah, fire the guy. Let's fire him. So yeah, we've discovered in that 13th and 14th month, a lot of claims are paid. Another big thing that makes us successful is the fact that you get to choose your own local service technician.
And that's the winner chicken dinner for us,
Yes.
because that was what we'd run into before, is that we wouldn't be able to find anyone who could service our area, and nobody wants to come up here.
Correct.
I mean, they just don't.
No,
And we want to shop local. So we wanted to use our guys
Yeah.
that we know, our ladies or whatever. We wanted to use the technicians that we know and that we're comfortable with, and we couldn't.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's a huge deal that you all offer us.
Yeah, when I started traveling around Oklahoma, I thought, all right, I'm going to be selling against my competition. And really what I discovered was I'm having to train people to use home warranties again.
Yes.
And because of what you said, some of my best areas are Enid, Lawton, some of the areas like Woodward, and they felt like you guys. It just was not a good deal because they were sending technicians from Tulsa to Lawton to try to fix an
Wow.
air conditioning problem
Right.
in July and August, and we know that's not going to happen.
Nope.
So a lot of frustration, and now in the 3 years I've been going there, our warranty has succeeded and been popular because they get to choose a local service technician. So it's a huge selling point.
It is huge. Comfort Zone is one of our sponsors, and I think they would agree with that. I mean, because we use them for so many different things, and then suddenly we can't because of our warranty. That's wrong. So it's huge. It's a huge asset.
So my horror story of home warranties is 2006 or 7. We had an air conditioner quit, Edgewater, and I met the people over there. We called the home warranty. We was on the phone for an hour. They said they'd send somebody out. A week later, no phone call. I called them again. These people don't run an in-house daycare, so they ended up renting another house because we couldn't get air conditioner. I felt bad, so I called my heat guy. Said, "Hey, come over, check this out." They came over, said, "A condenser's bad, motor's bad. You need a new outside unit."
Oh, no.
So I submit all of that paperwork with the bill to the home warranty, and they said, "You can't start a claim without calling us first." And I said, "I sent a claim in a week ago. We haven't heard back from you. These people don't have air conditioner. It's 100 degrees, and they have a daycare." And I submitted all the stuff. We fought for them another week. They had no money. It was a bad deal. The husband had lost his job. They ended up just staying in the rent house, and their house went into foreclosure.
Oh, no.
Holy moly.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And the home warranty would have saved them, which I didn't.
Right.
Like I was helping some. If I would have known how it would have trajected, I probably would have just helped them. I mean, okay, let's just get it fixed. You make me payments. Let's make things happen.
Right.
But they were already
Some of that
moved.
even is just the difference in, I mean, that was 4 years in real estate versus,
Yes, 20.
I didn't want to say it,
You
but
didn't
it's
say how
true.
old I am. Yeah.
But man, that stinks.
Yeah, it was a bad deal. So that's obviously now you see why I have such a bad taste in my mouth. But man, this is, if I could have just called my local guy and said, "Hey, home warranty, call this guy. We're going to get this thing fixed," and bam, it's done.
And that's, our company, we're 22 years doing this. We're in 30, we're about to open 4 more states. So we'll be close to 40 states. But we have about 50 employees. You can call our company and our CEO will answer the phone. We don't want him to, but sometimes he does.
Yeah.
We have a mentality.
I know how Kendra feels sometimes.
We have, everybody steps up and helps out in a time of need because, like everybody else, we've had, some illness run through the company. And, so we've had, everybody pitch in and stuff. But I think that really makes us different from other home warranty companies. If you have a problem, you can call me. And because I understand real estate is not done, I've been sitting, I took a phone call from a very excited new realtor on Easter at 5:30. She was on a listing trying to sell, trying to do the listing coverage and had some questions. And I stayed on the phone with her until we got her locked and loaded. So, so that's another big thing is we're, very small, but very personable and can give that, customer service, I feel, that separates us.
You're right. So I hate the phone. Like we've talked about this. I'm a texter. I don't want to answer the phone. I don't want to make a phone call. Like I really needed to order dinner tonight, and I'm literally waiting, knowing full well my family is at home starving because I don't want to pick up the phone and make a call. You're the opposite. So I text you and you call me back every time. And it kind of makes me laugh. But I've heard you say a million times, you can get a person when you call the main line. Yeah. And I had to call the other day. I almost texted you, and I thought he's going to tell me to call the main line. I just did it, and it was easy. It was like 2 pushes of the button.
Yeah.
And I got a real life person. And you know what she said? You're going to appreciate this, boss. Is my mom watching? I hope not. She said, "You have to give it a little time." So I did the seller's coverage. Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
We haven't done this in a while, and because I got busy and I forgot, I think it's probably the big deal. And it's unusual. But your company provides a free seller's coverage. It's somewhat limited, but it's a cool thing.
Yeah.
So I had called to get a seller coverage for a new listing that we had, and I was not actually. I did it online because I don't like to call.
That's fine.
And I couldn't tell that it had taken. I couldn't tell if it had been accepted or whatever. So I called, and she's like, "Well, it takes a little time for us to catch it."
Yeah, it goes into the system. It takes them a little time.
Yeah, but next morning, there's my email saying, "Hey, you're all registered."
Yeah, so
super cool.
Yeah, the listing coverage. There's 5 items that fall under the available category, and so those items, which is the water heater, there, heating and cooling, the ductwork. Those items, there's 2 ways you can handle those as a seller. The first is you can pay $75 when you order the warranty up front to have those items covered, or you can do a home inspection. Not a home inspection. We send you a form, and then you get a plumber, electrician to come out and inspect those items for us, fill that form out. Once we get the form back in, and it's approved, then we send a certificate to the seller that can put on the coffee table, the kitchen counter, that says whoever buys our home whoever buys that home, in those 14 months, no claim will be denied on those items because they have been inspected. So this was a very popular item when homes sat for a while. Because, if you're looking at house A and house B, house A says, if I buy this home, I know the air conditioner, no claim is going to be denied on it. Wow, that's a great selling
Absolutely.
feature. Versus house B, I don't know what's going on with the HVAC system.
Right.
So, and then there's items you see there below the available. Those are free, like you mentioned. You just got to pick up the phone and call and order it, and it's, you're covered. So, and it can be any time. If you've had a home on the market for 3 months and when it gets listing coverage, you can order it and the 6 months starts then.
Right.
So if I own a house and I've been there 14 years, I'm like, man, I'm just going through a hard time. Can I buy a home warranty?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that because about 6 months ago, a lot of areas the seller's not paying for warranty anymore. They're just not paying for it. So I had all these phone calls saying, hey, can I get your warranty? I just assumed that people knew they could get our warranty anytime. So absolutely, yes, they can get our warranty. If they've been in the home at least 12 months, they can go month to month with our warranty. So when they call and order it, they can do a month-to-month plan. Now, you do have to wait 30 days before you can file any claims if you go month to month. But if you pay for it outright, then you don't have to wait 30 days. So,
Are you going to ask him?
Which one?
Him. Are you going to
What
ask
am I
him?
ask?
Well, I told you to ask him.
uh-oh.
You're in trouble now.
Oh, boy.
Are you going to?
I have no idea what I was supposed to ask.
Do you have a home warranty on your house?
Yes, I do.
Yes, he
Good.
does.
As a matter of fact, I have our home warranty. I've always been a big believer in home warranties. Every home I have had a home warranty, and I have usually come out ahead with the home warranty. So that was part of the reason why when this job came to me, I was like, man, I like home warranties. And I like dealing with realtors with my 13 years of mortgage background.
Even still after this?
Well, it's a different kind of like. So, so yeah, for me, it was just a natural. I like this, working with these people. I love home warranties. I have it on my own house. I've used our home warranty. I had an air conditioner problem.
What's the process?
So it's a great question. Anytime you have a issue, you always must call the office first to let us know there's a problem. And then from there, choose whoever you like to come out and handle the repair. The other must is call the office before any work is done. Get the approval.
Okay.
So we run about 92% approval rate. So just make sure, because if you don't get an approval and you try to turn in your claim, a lot of times there's not much I can do for you.
So how does the payment processing work?
So the technician can bill us. The homeowner can pay for it. We have about 6 months ago, we have e-check now.
Oh,
So whenever you submit a claim, they can email the check to you. Usually takes about a week. And then you can print it for no charge and deposit into your account.
awesome.
So that's been real. That e-check has really helped a lot of people, not waiting on the post office
Right.
to deliver that check. So
Yes.
and our offices are in Iowa and South Dakota, so the checks get this direction pretty
Right.
fast. So
Still, that's awesome. I saw you looking
Yep.
at the clock.
Yes, we need to take a quick break. Hey, I just
We're
picked out
back.
a birthday present.
all right,
There he is.
Nuh-uh.
No, just kidding. That's next year, right?
All right. So, one of the things that I wanted to hit, because this has come up quite a bit recently, is if it's pre-existing. You were just telling us a story that a realtor called and was frustrated because Home Warranty Inc. was not covering a repair on an air conditioner, but the home inspection even said it didn't work. So you're not going to take care of things that are pre-existing.
correct,
It's like
Kinda
wrecking
like my health
your
insurance.
car and then going and buying insurance.
correct.
Yeah,
So-
it doesn't work that way.
Yes, no, and that's very important, and I try to stress this to all realtors, new or experienced. Everything has to be in proper working condition. And if I tell them, if you ever have any doubts whether it's in proper working condition, this is a common phone call. Hey, the hot water heater is making hot water, but it's leaking on the floor.
Yeah.
Would that be covered if they, I'm like, no, you don't go to Home Depot and buy a new hot water heater to have a leak on the floor. So everything has to be definitely in proper working condition when the buyer closes on the home. So yes, that's so.
Awesome. What else? What are other kinds of common questions or concerns that people have?
A lot of people ask, like, do you cover service, maintenance? Home warranty companies don't cover service and maintenance. That's always the responsibility of the homeowners.
Meaning changing out the air filter, things like that.
Correct.
Okay.
So those are some common things. I'm trying to think what else. When it comes to pre-existing.
What about appliances?
Yes.
So, do you cover the refrigerator? Do you cover the washer,
Okay.
dryer? What about
Yes.
those things?
So our warranty in the $550 price point, it covers 2 heating, 2 cooling, one water heater, all your appliances, washer, dryer, refrigerator.
Okay.
So everything's covered in that $550 price point. A lot of my competitors, you have to add washer and dryer. So, but yes, it would all be covered under there. If you have more than that, you can we can price it out for you to get that. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Awesome. Well, this is a great plan. So if you've lost your job, or you're down on income, or you're missing some stuff, this is a way to budget your home.
Yes.
So you don't get in a bind. If you are in a bind, so if you can call in, you get a home warranty. It's like the one I just figured, it's going to be $75 a month. You can do it monthly.
Correct.
Which covers lots of stuff, pools, which can be a safe, big cushion for somebody for a couple of years so they get back on the feet, and then just keep going.
Absolutely. It's much easier to come up with $75, which is like our
Right.
copay or deductible, than come up with $3,000
Yes.
a year.
Don't I know?
Air conditioner
Well,
fixed.
Adam, thanks for being on today, and we will put your information on the site and on our link, and we appreciate you guys listening, and we'll be back next week.
Thank you.
Another great hour of your favorites. Classic Hits 107.3 KLSI Moreland Woodward.